Well, public backlash this weekend continues to grow over the TSA's new security measures, with many passengers claiming that the pat-downs and body scans are a violation of their privacy. And now, Homeland Security Secretary Janet Napolitano hints that they may be coming to mass transit like trains and subways. Stuart Baker was the Assistant Secretary for Policy at the Department of Homeland Security under President George W. Bush. He joins us live from Providence, Rhode Island this morning. Good morning to you, sir.
Hi, Dave.
Is this the right next step? Do we bring some of these similar TSA procedures to buses, subways, and public transportation?
I think that that's going to be very difficult. There are millions of people who travel every day by subway and bus, and the likelihood that we could install machines to check them all is practically zero.
That's going to be a very difficult task, but clearly something that the Homeland Security Department should focus on in some way. There was an interesting article in Politico this week floating the idea of a national database. Now, people are up in arms over violating their privacy in terms of these pat-downs, but what about if you start looking at people's backgrounds, form a profile, and have some sort of national ID card, not a driver's license, specifically to fast-track people through security? Is that a good idea, or are these body scans the right way to go?
Well, I think the privacy zealots really pushed us into the kinds of scans you're seeing now, where we're just looking for weapons and we're treating everybody exactly the same, so nuns and grandmothers get treated like everybody else. It would be better if we could do security based on what we knew about you, rather than just treating everybody exactly the same. Then people who are suspicious would get much more attention than people that everybody knows are not really a threat.
Right. I've talked to several soldiers who have returned from wars, many of them with prosthetics, who say every time they go through security, they're the ones have secondary screening. The people who fought for our country are the ones getting the further scrutiny. So there is something off about this. Do you feel that the current system is keeping us safe from terrorism?
Well, the current system, given that we're looking for weapons and we don't have a way to vary the kind of security that we use depending on information about people, the current system is about all we can do. We know Al-Qaeda can hide enough explosive to bring down a plane in underwear, and they'll keep doing it until we demonstrate that that's not going to work for us, for them. So we do have to do that in the short run. In the long run, yes, I'd like us to use more intelligence so that we could vary the kind of scrutiny that travelers get.
Yeah, I love the idea of a national database, some sort of card that can fast-track people that we know are not a threat. But moving on, another development this week in regard to the color-coded threat levels that we've heard so much about in the post-9/11 era. Is it an orange threat level, a red? And people don't even know what this means. Is it long overdue that we change this system? And what can be done to greater improve it?
Yeah, I think it is time to change the system. It's been a long time since the alert level has changed, since 2006. People don't pay attention to it. I think we're at the point where people are mature enough about the threat that they can listen to the government say, this is the nature of the threat that we're worried about today, and take action based on what the government is saying, rather than just act as though it's sort of kindergarten and we have to be told it's this color or that color.
So what specifically do you see changing? They will just come out and say exactly what you need to do, what you look out for?
I think they will probably say these are the kinds of threats that are imminent, and these are the measures that we're taking. These are the things that you should be alert to. And I think most of us are not going to overreact to that, but we'll value the information, and it'll tell us more than the color-coded system.
Former DHS Assistant Secretary Stuart Baker, we appreciate you being with us this holiday weekend. Have a good one.
Thanks.
Coming up.